Yo, what's up, guys? SK here, and I just finished off the Broken Ghost quest on Apex Legends. Now, this leaves me with a lot of questions because, first of all, we're going to go ahead and mark this as a spoiler video because there's going to be a lot of spoilers in it for anyone that hasn't finished the Broken Ghost quest or hasn't even started it because you didn't feel like it. So, with that being said, if you don't like spoilers, click off here and see you in another video. But, this point on, spoilers all around. So the quest starts off with Loba. Of course, she's hunting for the 9 pieces of a priceless relic, um, so she can assemble it to trade to Hammond for the source code for Revenant. I believe that's what the case was, and it ends up coming to be like they're pretty much all working together for the same thing. Uh, Caustic does end up betraying them at some point because he wants Watson to work towards her fullest potential. And that's his only reason. He doesn't really care about anything else. He wants her to work towards his full potential. He wants to see chaos ensue. He wants to see science prevail. Um, it does bring out a lot more of the characteristics for the legends. It does let you get a little deeper insight on to what the legends are actually like outside of just playing Apex. It doesn't dive super deep into their characteristics, but it does give you an insight, like I said. And I think it was a pretty good addition for this season. The seasons did feel pretty bland before this, and this is something that I did like to see because I've always wanted story mode in Apex, like some form of story to keep up with the season, so people could have something to do besides just focus on ranked and unranked and duos. And this is something that's pretty decent, even though it does take too long to run through. And by too long, I mean that you have to wait for every week to pass by so you can do one quest, and it's kind of like why wait every week? Like, why can't we just run through it all at once or make it so that's? But there's a whole host of problems there probably, and yeah. So we just finished the quest, and it just leaves more questions to be asked, and it's kind of just like what? First of all, we finished off the simulacrum head. The last piece was this faceplate here that you see, and on the side of the faceplate are the insignia, well, the letters ASH for Ash. Now, the second to last story is called Ashes to Ashes, so first you're gonna see this has something to do with the simulacrum. Um, I don't know what this creature is. The simulacrum is. I haven't played Titanfall. People said it's a Titanfall character or remnants of a Titanfall character. I'm not sure. I haven't played Titanfall. I might play Titanfall in the future just to find out now. What the deal is between what the connection is rather between Apex Legends and Titanfall. But aside from that, yeah, that's all pretty much all we know right now about Ash. Um, I wanted to guess that it was going to be the next character in the game, but then some other things actually popped up in the final quest that made me question. Like, there might be more than one character. There might be. I'm not even sure what's going on in the next thing. But apparently, there's more story in the next in the next season. So we're gonna have to wait 36 days, I believe it is, 34 days till we can find out. So sometime in around August, no, like the beginning of September, we're able to find out what the next part of the story is for this section. Now, what I did want to go through was go ahead and run through the last mission with you guys, so you guys can see pretty much what I meant when I said this is kind of just it's kind of just weird to be honest. Um, it's not well, along with other missions. All the other missions you have to run through and you have to kill stuff and do the objective and then extract yourself. This mission is nothing like that. You just go ahead and go straight to the point that it followed that it tells you to go to, and you interact with the objective, and it plays out the story from there. You do get a gun, but there are no enemies on the map. You cannot go so far into the map because it'll restart you back at that spot up there. As far as I got was like somewhere over here, and then they'll teleport me back. So I did try because I wanted to run around Kings Canyon without being interrupted. But sadly, it won't let you do that. So first, you're gonna go down here. It's gonna open the hatch automatically, and then you're gonna jump down. When you get in here, you're gonna go for this little section over here. I did spend like the first like minute in here trying to figure out where to go at first. I realized there was a light over here pointing directly at this section. You're gonna duck down. You're gonna come into this little room, And you can go back to full height, but you won't be able to run once you get in here. So it's kind of useless. You can pull out your gun, you can shoot, but nothing's gonna happen. Like it's not gonna start anything. It's not gonna summon any creatures or anything. But you're gonna be hearing this voice, this disembodied voice, just kind of going on, like saying random phrases and texts. And we'll get to what those phrases and texts are in a second. If you have your text to speech on, you actually get to see what they say before you get here. But once you get here, I had to turn on my SFX, so I can actually hear what she was saying, so I can write down what she was saying to understand exactly what everything meant. I still didn't understand what it meant, to be honest. So like, we're gonna go over what she says, and hopefully somebody can put in the comments what this means, because I have no idea what it means. So yeah. So it starts off, and she just goes ahead and lists out a bunch of stuff. She goes, X is the temperature of the negative space, not the specimen itself. And then she says, do you fear me, pilot? Alpha Gate 37 49 23 9 hike. Who doesn't like ice cream? Every kid like ice cream. Beta Gate Tango to Quebec Juliet 8 Romeo. 8 is in, 8, as in you ate an apple. And then Oscar 1 whiskey. As in 1 like you won a race. And then it says the names Duardo, Darian, Duardo. Then she says, failsafe, who's got the failsafe? Followed by Delta, Gate, comma, Niner, question mark, 0, ampersand, 4, 5, period. Then she says, just a wee bit of betrayal before breakfast theory, which that kind of freaked me out because I was like, what? And then she says, Gamma Gate, 5 across, 5 down. And then she sings out pretty much 5 by 5. And it's kind of creepy when she does that. Then she goes off and lists these 5 numbers that are going 5 by 5 pretty much. And the numbers are 68241, 08692, 55208, 11095, 27811. And that's all the numbers she lists out, and pretty much just all the text that she says by the time you get in here and get out. Now, when you go to connect her head, it will stop her at her next set of speech, and then she will say something along the lines of "All roads lead to Branthium." You see, she says it right here, and then you put her on her head, and she does like this little spaz out motion, and she does like a prayer gesture after that, and she goes through the whole ashes to ashes thing first. And she does a prayer motion. It says, the path ends here. And she does this epic welcome to Olympus. Like, you can't do that. It's welcome to the Matrix thing. Anyway, so she does all that, and then it goes the end, and that's it. Pretty much. That's all you get. Like, you go back to the loading screen and play Apex for like the next 34 days until the next season starts up. That leaves us with more questions than anything. Now, when you do finish that, you do get this this last bit of dialogue here. This is the epilogue, Dust to Dust. Now, this is a conversation between Octane and Lifeline that is pretty unique in itself because it gives a little bit more insight, but still leads to more questions. Octane goes, psst. I said, psst. And it's like you're typing, so why are you making... Octane's a really animated character because of this. You realize that even more. It's like, it's a chat room, Silva. You can just type. Octane's like, I just wanted to type, so what? Anything else you want to criticize? He's like, what you want? Don't mind my accent because I actually have an accent and leave me alone. I'm still mad in case you care to know. Octane says, a bigger half pipe in my backyard and a purple bunny named Flippers. Are you joking right now? I don't understand that at all. And he says, the head fruit didn't freak you out? Lifeline says, of course it did. Don't matter though. Octane says, so what are we going to do about it? Lifeline says, gonna keep your mouth shut as what? And Octane asks, we're not gonna go there, are we? Lifeline asks, we're gonna go where the games go, don't whinge about it. I've heard that word whinge so many times since I played this game now. Like, the first time I heard her say it, after that, I just heard so many people say it after that. And Octane says, oh, hell no, we can't. You heard what the head said? Darion? Eduardo? It knows. And I'm reading as, you know, the character's emotions, but I should stop that. That's weird. Lifeline says, stop your yelling. Octane says, capital letters are the same as yelling. It knew their names. Lifeline says, also try to be a wee bit Scottish. That's gibberish, dearie. And Octane says, how did it know their names? And you know those numbers. You know what those numbers mean. Don't pretend you don't. So those 5x5 numbers do have a significant meaning, apparently. We just don't know yet. Lifeline says, you can't be sure. You can't be sure. Could be nothing. Octane says, no way. You want to deal with them? I don't. Just hearing their names makes me want to run more than I usually do. More than I usually want to run. And he loves to run, so this is kind of something that freaks him out. Lifeline says, if we go to Olympus, we go to Olympus. Now buck up. Now I gotta go. Now that brings the question: is Olympus like is it gonna be a next map? Is that gonna be the next map, or is it just like a city or something? Like what's gonna go on with that? And Octane says, Shay, don't sign off on Shay. I wanted to do the snake thing, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. We gotta tell the others. To them, it's just another place in the Outlands, but to us, it's home. And the connection closed. So now we know that Olympus is apparently Octane and Lifeline's home. Is it Octane and Lifeline's home world? Because I know that at some point it was said that they were from another planet or something like that, or another place or another planet. It this story doesn't make sense because it needs more background on the characters. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe there's biographies on the characters on the Respawn website that I haven't seen, or on the Apex Legends website that I haven't seen. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the Broken Ghost quest line. The end until season 6, and that's all we have for now. So we have to wait 34 more days to find out what happens with the next part of this quest line. Hopefully, we get another quest line. Hopefully, we get a quest line we can do interactively throughout days rather than weeks. But that was just my complaint. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Hopefully, we get some answers to these questions, and I'll see you guys in the future. If you do have any ideas, if you have played Titanfall, if you do know anything about anything mentioned in the video that ties into Titanfall or anything that ties into the lore of Apex that I apparently don't know, drop a comment and you know, educate me. I like to be educated. Let me know what's going on. I want to get into the lore of Apex because we started making lore now. So yeah, let's go ahead and sign off here. Peace.